Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to be quickly going over the PVE tier list, which is going to mainly be revolved around world exploration as well as the Cookie Alliance. And this tier list is going to be based on the update after Capsaicin and Prune juice, and of course is not going to be including the upcoming cookie, which is going to be Queen of Man. But let's get started with the early April 2023 PVE tier list here guys, and we're going to start with the not recommended this time around. I'm not going to say don't use, because you can still use some of these cookies inside of the world exploration just because of the fact that there is a lot of nerfs happening every single time there's a new episode coming out. So if you guys are new players, these cookies can be used but are not going to be recommended just because they're not going to be used too much in any of the other game modes except for the world exploration. So let's get into it, and it's going to include fig as well as raspberry, pastry, snow sugar, lilac, chili pepper is still here, as well as sonic, as well as tail. Alright, these cookies are not going to be recommended for you guys to level up as of right now. Some of them may come up into the tier list when new magic candies and things like that come out. But as of right now, these cookies are probably not going to be something that you want to waste your resources on or spend your skill powders, because there are going to be way better cookies in the same class as these cookies. All right, and now let's get quickly started with the B tier, and that's going to include Tea Night as well as Red Velvet, Moon Rabbit, we got Madeline as well as Mint Choco and Candy Diver, Tiger Lily. All right, so these cookies are decent, but still are lacking in a lot of the different ways. Their stats are lacking, or their skill is really outdated, or they're just not really good at providing buffs and things like that to your team. So it's better to use cookies that are going to be well suited for a general world exploration usage. All right, so now moving on to the A tier. A tier is going to be majority of the cookies, guys. These cookies are going to be decent. They're pretty good to use if you guys don't have any of the higher ranking cookies, but I still do not recommend too many of them for the world exploration stages. Because they either are harder to use, like they need to meet a specific requirement in order to utilize their maximum potential, or these cookies are just very average right now to deal with either damage or supporting and things like that compared to the other higher ranking cookies. So now moving on to the list of cookies include caramel arrow as well as blueberry pie, strawberry crepe, cocoa, milk cookie with the magic candy. We got Kumyo, Black Raisin, Latte, Cherry Blossom, Mango, Twizzy Gummy, we got Affogato, we got Sparkling here, Profit, as well as Almond Cookie. Alright, so these cookies are decent. They can be used, but once again, guys, there are better options. And some of these cookies are going to be really the baseline of the damage output with something like Black Raisin, Latte, Cherry Blossom, Mango, as well as Twizzly. These cookies are decent damage, but they are not going to be too great unless they get a magic candy. As well as Caramel Arrow is a little bit iffy within the world exploration since the beginning of her release, because she needs to be in the front and then take some damage as a frontline range cookie, and also she does need to take advantage of attack speed in order to maximize her damage. So she's not really recommended right now inside of the world exploration, although she definitely can be used because of the nerfs. But again, there are better options. Blueberry Pie is a little bit harder to use as well, because you need to maximize her stacks. A total of 7 stacks is required in order to use her laser, which is going to be mainly her damage, but that's really hard to achieve within the world exploration. So I just don't really recommend you guys to use her if possible. Alright, now moving on to the healers as well as the boss battle cookies. These guys are just categorized within this special ranking just because I feel like these cookies can be used and should be kind of separated from the rest of the cookies because of their role. So healers, we got herb, which is probably going to be a best investment if you guys are looking for a main healer that is not going to be pure vanilla at this point. As well as we got Cream Unicorn, Carol, and then we got Parfait as well as Pomegranate. These cookies are pretty good in healing as well as supporting as well. And then we got the boss battle cookies. We still got Vampire with the magic candy. We got Poison Mushroom, who is really decent at dealing with the stationary bosses, of course, if they are not immune to poison or any of the debuffs. As well as we got someone like Dark Choco, who is able to do the defense reduction, but is going to definitely be pushed out of the best charge boss battle cookie, because we got someone like Space Donut as well as Milky Way now, and then we got Sorbet Shark as well. But now moving on to the main tier here is going to be the first to get as well as SS and the S tier. Now let's start with the first to get. Just keep in mind once again, guys, that first to get is not going to be always better than the SS tier. The reason why I put first to get in any of these PVE tier lists is for any of the newer players as well as returning players to understand that these cookies are easier to get because one, they can be either attainable through an event or they are purchasable through the mileage shop, so you guys can invest in them quickly and progress throughout the world exploration stage without having to do a gacha. However, if you guys do get some of the SS tiers, then I do recommend you guys to invest in them as well. But honestly, with the first to get, you're just going to be able to pretty much clear the entire world exploration as well. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's not there to say that first to get is better than the SS tier or anything like that. All right, I always get comments saying that how is this cookie better than the SS tier and stuff like that. All right, so here we go. Let's get started. First one is going to definitely be pure vanilla as well as hollowberry. These two cookies should be obtained either through your gacha or through the Might of the Ancients. I highly recommend you guys to pull or choose pure vanilla if possible, just because pure vanilla is a massive healer as of right now, and also is going to be used inside of Cookie Alliance as well as the arena, guild boss battles, and also within the world exploration stages, master mode, whatever you guys name it. Pure vanilla is probably going to be your main healer. Hollowberry is also a really good option, the damage focus as well as the crit resist, and also just being able to deal a ton of damage with her ability is also making her a really good option, and probably one of the first picks if you guys are thinking about a tank. So out of the 3 ancient cookies that you're able to get from the Might of the Ancient, I highly recommend pure vanilla first. If you guys have pure vanilla, just go with hollowberry. And then the next one is going to be Milky Way. Milky Way has been added into the mileage shop recently, so I do recommend you guys to go and actually get Milky Way if possible. Milky Way is really good inside of the world exploration. Not only is she able to give herself damage resist after her skill, but also able to shield your allies as well as heal them with the basic attack. And one good thing is that she is going to be able to deal an insane amount of defense reduction to the enemy, especially if it's going to be a boss as well. So she is going to be amazing to use against bosses that are going to be within episode 15 and 16 specifically, and still going to be amazing for the earlier stages as well. Next one is going to be Wildberry as well as Brute. Still amazing epic tanks that you guys can get. Of course, Wildberry is more defensive as well as Brute is going to be more offensive. And then we got our Eclair as well as Captain Caviar. Still really good offensive cookies right now. Eclair with the weakness debuff as well as Captain Caviar with the torpedoes. And the last one is going to be our Content here. Content is still an amazing support within the world exploration as well as the Cookie Alliance if you guys need to have a support slash healer that is not going to be Cream Puff right now. So that's going to be the first to get. Once again, guys, all of these epic cookies are available through the mileage shop, and pure vanilla and hollowberry are going to be available for every single player that played this game through the Might of the Ancient. Now moving on to the SS tier, all right, are going to be Dark Cacao as well as Space Donut. We got Moonlight, Stardust. Stardust was put into S tier last time, but Stardust is going to be moving up to the SS tier. The sign of the star debuff is just way too good to put Stardust in S tier right now. And Stardust is amazing, not only in the world exploration, but also master mode, as well as the Cookie Alliance right now. So, Stardust is worthy of the SS tier. Next one is going to be Black Pearl, as well as Sherbet, Frost Queen. They're still really good. And then we got Squidding with the Magic Candy. I think Squidding does deserve the SS tier as well. Super amazing with the damage, able to do defense reduction, really easy to use for a lot of the players, and is going to be used inside of the Cookie Alliance and the Guild Boss battle, so it is definitely going to be worth investing in Squidding. And then we still got Sea Fairy. Sea Fairy is not very good inside of the arena, but within the world exploration, that 3-second stun, which has no delay, is really beneficial for a lot of the stages, especially in the master mode. So I think Sea Fairy is going to be worthy of the SS tier, and looking forward to her buff if that is going to be coming out soon. And then we still got Pinecone. Pinecone is really good, comboed with someone like Wildberry as well as someone like Brute. Just insane amount of stuns. They're going to be stun locked forever, and you'll be able to clear a lot of the stages in the master mode easily with Pinecone and Brute. And we still got Cream Puff with the Magic Candy. Amazing healer support as well as being able to do damage. And the amount of buffs that Cream Puff gives to the entire team, crit damage boost, attack boost, stun immunity, is amazing. And then next one is going to be Prune Juice. I'm putting Prune Juice in the SS tier as well. Guild Boss Battle, amazing. Cookie Alliance can be used, but within the world exploration stages where timing really doesn't matter, Prune Juice with the poison damage as well as the Prune Jelly is going to be doing you guys an amazing favor in tanking for the team, because Prune Jellies do not have HP, but they're going to have a total of 30 hit shield or hit HP, where they need to get hit 30 individual times in order for it to die. So pretty much if you guys are using either the Pincushion or the Full Swift Chocolate, you can keep the Prune Jellies up 100% of the time. And the last one is still going to be BTS. BTS is still going to be amazing inside of the world exploration, guys. Debuff resist, damage resist, shielding, continuous heal, etc. Just still going to be really good inside of the world exploration. And now moving on to the S tier, it's going to be Capsaicin. I feel like Capsaicin is really good, but going to lack a little bit in the support aspect of things compared to something like Wildberry, Brood, Milky Way, Space Donut, as well as Pinecone. These cookies are either able to do shielding, defense reduction, as well as stuns and things like that. But Capsaicin is going to be mainly just focused on attack. So I will put Capsaicin right now in the S tier. And then we got Purple Yam with the Magic Candy. We got Crunchy Chip. And then we got Mala Sauce with the Magic Candy, S tier as well. The crit buff, 25% crit buff to entire team is pretty darn good. On top of that, she did get a 2-second stun added to her skill with the Magic Candy. So she's definitely not a bad cookie to use right now inside of your world exploration stage, as well as the Cookie Alliance right now. Any cookie that really gives you guys a crit buff or crit damage buff is going to be really good inside of the Cookie Alliance. So I believe that Mala Sauce is worth the S tier as well. And then we got Werewolf with the Magic Candy. We still got Financier, decent tank, not the best compared to everything else here, but still going to be something that you guys can use. And we got now Espresso with the Magic Candy. We got Clotted, Licorice with the Magic Candy. We got Pumpkin Pie, Rye with the Magic Candy, Oyster, as well as Macaron. All right, so with that, that is going to conclude our PVE tier list for early April 2023, including Prune Juice as well as Capsaicin. Of course, things might change once again, and cookies might come up or move to a specific area depending on the Magic Candy that is released with the new Queen of Man cookie. But we'll see what happens. Still looking forward to the buff that Seafair is going to be getting. Looking forward to any of the new Magic Candies as well as the addition of Queen of Man. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this tier list, and if you guys have anything that you guys would like to change as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.